And we are back with another episode of Twisting It with Taffy. It is me, the host, Taffy. Um, Today we have another beautiful person on my podcast, Make Cat Purr,
Brrr.
and I will let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Kat, MakeKatPurrrr on every social media. And yeah, I'm a blue-eyed, blonde, curly-haired, well, I guess you can call it dark blonde.
The struggle, yeah, I feel that.
Small titty, big booty babe.
Shut the fuck up. God damn it.
Medium-sized butt.
It's a very nice butt.
It's cute and bubbly.
Size doesn't matter as long as it's good.
It jiggles.
That goes for all genitalia and sexy stuff. Who fucking cares how big it is as long as it's good?
Mm-hmm. Definitely feel that. If you know how
um,
to work it.
but yeah, so getting into today's podcast, as I start off most episodes at this point in my life, how did you get into sex work?
Well, I was 20 years old. I hated my cashier job at the gas station and tired of dealing with customer service face to face. And I had already done some type of just like modeling. And I knew that was something I wanted to pursue, a type of modeling. And my sister had worked on this campsite chatterbait before. And she said she made a lot of money. And I was just like, okay, what is this campsite thing? So I tried to be a stripper. I went and auditioned at the raunchiest strip club ever.
I don't know. I think my hometown one's got you beat. I don't care what anyone says. Nothing beats bottoms up.
I
Like,
don't
come on.
own, like, we pulled up to the place and like half of the sign lights were missing. And we looked at it and we were like, okay, this is not going to
Let
be a
me
thing.
let me put it this way. So my hometown one is so my where I live is not like a heavy crime population. So you're not gonna see buildings with bars on the windows or doors that lock at night. This is the only building that has that, and it's also basically a shed.
Oh,
There's no signage that
I'd
tells you
love a
that it's a
shed
strip
strip
club
club.
until you get up to it. And then you walk in and it's just a room with like a wooden box that is the
Oh,
dance floor.
oh,
It's also BYOB. And it's
oh
the
no.
only one.
Oh my God. Small town, baby.
It's not even a small town. We have good large strip clubs there. It's just the worst one.
I've never heard of a strip club like that.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's so
but the one I went to, it wasn't a great experience. And then I was literally the like only white girl in there.
yeah.
Only one. And I was just like, I felt out of place. And when they tried to call me up on the DJ stage, I just felt like a piece of meat. And I mean, although I am there to be a piece of meat, it just wasn't the right fit.
There's ways to go about it. You're not like
Their poles were also really big poles,
thick and meaty.
thick, thick and meaty poles, and I wasn't used to it. It felt like I was um like on a column, like straight up column, not even a stripper pole. So I didn't make any money there. I spent my last dollar going there, and I came back and literally I think I got on Chatterbait that night or the next night, and that was a horrible experience. But it was also a great experience because I blossomed and it was so much fun. And then I really wanted to dabble into video and making my own content. So I started doing that. I got a really cheap camcorder and tried doing that. Now that I know how to work a camera, I can work that camcorder a lot better. Do I ever use it anymore? No. She
No.
upgraded. But I started doing a lot of content creation for quite a while too.
Okay.
So now that I'm more doing content creation rather than camming, but it was
I'm in the middle.
all
Mine's all just like where I can fit it in around my everyday job because I
yeah,
can't really do both of them at the same time right now.
yeah.
But my problem my problem with it is I feel like I got started really late to the game. in the
When did
sense,
you get started?
like,
Just last year?
right after Exotica Miami.
Miami. So just last year.
So, like, what's the month after July? August?
July. Yeah. I always have to March, April, May, June, July.
But, because, like, I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to do sex work and, like, slutty stuff. But I was in college, and I'm also from Arkansas, and it's not really a place where anyone does that, and it's also very Bible belty, and
True.
like it was just like anytime I tried to be like super sexual, people would just like look at me weird, and I'm just like, well, I don't really have like a community to like learn from or like go off of or pay attention to really help with. And theater's a whole different thing that was just a pain in the ass, but um, like I always wanted to do it, and then I graduated college and then I just got stuck working stagehand work and didn't even think about it. And then I got real lucky and I was bored during building Rolling Loud, and I was like, man, what is there to do out here? Like, is there anything like sexy going on? And I went on like FetLife and I looked up like nude beaches and I did that, and so I went to a couple of those, and then it showed up that Exotica was going, and I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh. I called my boss. I
Did
was
you
like,
see like
hey,
a billboard or something for it?
no, it was on FetLife. Like,
Oh, okay.
and then like I saw Exotica, and then I looked it up online and
Uh-huh.
saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to this. I called my boss. I was like, hey, I'm not coming to work this day. And he was like, why? And I'm like, I'm not telling you, but I'm not going to be at work today. So I bought the VIP pass because it was only $70 for
Oh,
the
true.
VIP pass,
Yeah.
and I was like, because I saw it had an enamel pin, and I collect enamel pins. I was like, I'll pay $70 for an enamel pin
I want
to go to do
for a pin.
plus getting
Not
to go to a.
everything else that comes with
Well,
it.
like I was already
The
gonna get.
amazing experience.
I was already gonna be able to go to the thing. I was like, but like the extra pin, yeah, I'll pay. It was like
Doesn't even
$25.
stickers.
Yeah, it was like $25 extra versus the regular event ticket. I was like, yeah. Um, so I did that, and I went and I met all of the people that I met,
Everybody.
and it was really great. And then from that, like, I was like, okay, I can just jump into this. Still not making a whole lot of money off of it because I just don't have the time to devote to it yet, but I'm working on that. But I have learned that through it, I am almost exactly the type of person that should be doing this, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. No.
Like,
Absolutely.
I have no problem connecting with people, meeting people. Networking is like my strongest thing. I'm cute, pretty solid, good at sex. It's just like,
I gave
why
him a
didn't I?
thumbs up on that one.
It's like, why didn't I just do this sooner? Like, if I could have
Oh,
done this, also, I could have made so much money if I would have done this in my college dorm room, you know? Like, get off of class and instead of homework, just jerk off for money.
to be fair, I think that's really
People
what
would love
helped
it.
me out a lot when I did start. Although I did start when I was 20, I didn't start when I was like 18. Ooh, fresh me. Wow. Um, I started, and then about 2 months into me streaming, I started going to school. And I went to school for massage therapy, so that was a big fucking hit for a lot of people because I would come home and I would be like, "Do you know what this means?" and like ask them all these like crazy, ridiculous questions that I could never remember now because it was
Yeah.
about 5 years ago. And I did not pursue that career. But being in school definitely was a huge hit. I don't even think it matters what age you are,
Yeah,
as long
people
as
just
you're
love
like,
the
I'm
fact.
in school.
Yeah. But it also helps because we both have baby faces, so you can still play the younger part.
I
And
just tried this filter and it was like a teenage
oh, I've seen
filter
that thing.
or
Yeah.
something. I think it's on TikTok or something.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
know. I didn't look like that when I was a teenager. I looked like this pretty much.
But
Maybe a little skinnier.
but the thing with it for me is like I've been able to get into the cam world and content creation pretty easily, and like
I mean, the
I'm
best thing you did was
doing
go to Exotica.
yeah, I'm
It's
doing
like,
decent. The hardest thing for me right now,
definitely go to XBiz.
yeah, well, I can't do XBiz Miami. I'm gonna be in
Oh,
Vegas.
no. Oh, that's so
I have to build EDC
unfortunate.
Vegas. Oh no.
Oh,
God damn
no.
it. It's
Damn.
$6,000 that I'm
Oh,
making.
damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's the
I would,
biggest
that would
event in the
be,
year for me.
that would be a big dream. Maybe I should apply for EDC Vegas.
I would love to do EDC.
I
I
wouldn't
would
be
love to
able
go
to
to
do
XBiz.
XBiz either then. XBiz Miami is the XBiz to go to.
I
This
know.
past one
I
is
wish I would have known.
it
We
is
could have
the
made around it.
XBiz to go to.
But
Damn, that's a
I
better
would much rather
experience.
do
That's
EDC Vegas
fuck
because that's way
yeah.
more money.
Fuck yeah. Because you're more so spending money to go to XBiz because
Yeah.
it's like it's not even like it's not anything like an Exotica event. The
Yeah, I know I did XBiz LA. It
You did the LA one. I don't know what that one was like because I only went to the
was pretty
X3.
solid. It wasn't huge.
No.
But like that's where like the thing with it though is at this point like I can do camming and I can do content creation like collabs with people. The thing I'm finding really fucking difficult being a dude is
Mhm.
getting into mainstream porn or working with companies and like getting on Pornhub stuff like
I
that.
talked to this lady and she was like, well, I was with my friend and my friend is a non-binary creator and they wanted to get into mainstream porn and be a non-binary person in mainstream porn and the lady I was with, I think she always goes to these events, but she was like, why, like, why are you trying to be with a company or have an agent and do that consistent, I get that it's consistency, but like m- being able to reach out on your own is just better. Like
Yeah.
you can reach I get yeah you are a dude, but reaching out to the companies themselves and staying on it.
That's my thing is I don't know the companies. I don't know who to reach out to. I'm trying to figure that
Um
part out. Because like I don't want to get on with an agent if I don't
y-
have to because it's not worth my time.
that is definitely something I can talk to you about like after this
Yeah.
and show you because I reached out to a company and it was blacked and I really still want to work for blacked but yeah
Because like I've
it
talked
was
to a
like
couple of producers who were super interested.
they were not so like I didn't have to sign or anything with that.
Yeah.
I don't believe I could just do it independently.
But like the main, because like I want to
There's
get
got to be a
into,
way.
well, because I want to get into
Let's get you into
mainstream.
Bang Bros, baby.
I can actually do that because I'll be in Miami for a month. I'm trying. I want to. I really want to work with Team Skeet. I really want to work
Okay.
with like some more of like those ones because like the three main reasons I really want to get into mainstream is one, it's the quickest way I've been able to discertain for a male person to grow their brand quickly.
Any person.
Yeah, it helps significantly. But like for me, more so than any, like in general, like getting on that, having your face in front of stuff, way easier. Two, everyone loves me. It sounds so egotistical. I haven't met a single person yet in the porn industry that hasn't been either enamored or just genuinely intrigued in at least a scared way by me. You know? Cause like at fucking X3 or no, at Avian, I had several like quote unquote pro porn stars like approach me like, I want to make content with you. And I'm like, do you do you know who I am? And they're like, no. And I'm like, exactly. Why the what? I'm so new to this. They're like, you seem fun. You seem interesting. And
Fun.
I'm like,
That's the best
and
part.
I'm like,
You're
okay,
really
come
awesome.
on over. Yeah, but so it's like building my brand. I really want to be able to work with people that I've been jerking off to since I was a fucking kid, you know? Like I really want to like cross that off my bucket list. Like it's fucking cool as shit. Plus, everyone's like super cool, super interesting. Three, I have a degree in theater and photography from college. I am a collegiately trained actor and camera person. There's no fucking reason I shouldn't be doing this. I am an actor and I can run the behind the scenes as well, which I want to start trying to
Yeah.
do. So it's just like trying to figure that out. I want the credits. I want my IMDb page.
Yeah. Shoot. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my own. Shit.
Cause like I've got a couple of credits for like mainstream movies, but like I'm never, well, not mainstream, but like, you know, movies. But like I'm never, that's not ever gonna be something that I'm gonna break through.
Yeah.
Cause like that's just, that doesn't happen. Although if I move out to Vegas and start going to LA more often, I have a chance because I'm me, and then, but I've got connects.
I liked
Um,
LA. I loved LA. I wish
I
my
did not.
trip was. I loved it. I wish my trip wasn't cut short because there were so many more things that I wanted to experience while I was
LA
there.
was so outside of the getting robbed thing.
Oh, that's right.
Outside of that,
Outside of
ignoring
that,
that because that happened the last day.
that happened the last day.
LA was just so boring. although we were in Hollywood and that part wasn't great either, but like just walking down, it was like,
I
and then I
didn't
spent
even
like,
get to do my walking around,
oh,
and I didn't. That's my thing is like I went there and I got there. The person that picked me up,
it's also X3 was kind of meh to begin with,
X3 was very dull,
especially compared
boring.
to
I'm
AVN.
honestly, I did get to like actually meet Lana Del Bay, and I feel like I clicked with her very well. She is such a nice person.
There's quite a few people who are just genuinely a lot nicer than you think they're gonna be, especially when they're
They
that high.
really, really are, and she held my hand.
Um, but no, cause like I stayed an extra 3 days after to try to get my stuff back and like
Uh-huh.
do police stuff, but that
Yeah.
was fruitless. But like, so I explored a little bit and like I went to what was it, Ventura Boulevard? No, what's the beach?
Don't ask me.
There, like whatever the main beach is
In LA,
in LA, I went to, and it was just like bleh. I also it was like really windy and like lame, but also it's just like
it's also
yeah,
January.
fuck off.
It was also not a great time for the beach. It was
But
so rainy that weekend
that too, that
too.
really sucked. But it was just like everything I went to go check out was just like just a straight city. In like the like
True.
in a sense like there's nothing about it that's like not a city, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
I
you
know what
go
you
to
mean.
a big city, like you go to Miami. You go down there and it's a big city. There's a lot of city, but you drive 20 minutes to the
Okay,
east and
okay.
you're
I'm
or
like,
the
where are you getting at with
20
this?
minutes to the west and you're in the fucking boonies and it's still like rednecks and shit. Or you drive, you know, a
I see what
mile
you
too
mean with
far
that.
east and you're in the ocean, you know? Like
Yeah,
there's
I
other
see.
stuff.
Yeah. LA, my experience when I went there was literal just traffic.
That part, oh no, I got so angry at the
it
traffic
was
there.
it was just so. Oh yeah, you were driving around. Yeah, you were driving. So yeah, no.
I hate traffic
We
so
had
much.
rented a rental car, and it was stupid because I was like, are you sure you want to get the shuttle and get the rental car? Like I'm landed. And he's like, I'm waiting for my shuttle right now. I'm like, I'm gonna pick up my bag. My bag was literally the first bag, and I waited a whole hour at the airport for him because there was a line at the rental car, and then it took a whole hour to get from the airport to our hotel, which in just like regular traffic time was only like 30 minutes
Yeah,
away,
I
maybe
hate
a
it
little
so
less.
much. Because I come from a
Yeah.
small town where traffic is like you're going maybe 5, 10 miles an hour slower on the highway versus
Yeah.
full stop and waiting an
Yeah.
hour. And like that's the between Miami and LA, I've never been more angry on the road than those two
Miami
places.
never bothers me because I drive to Miami so often, and it's definitely a place that I'm very used to.
I
They are
just
idiots,
yes,
and I
they suck ass at driving, is which is what angers
and
me more than
it's
anything.
I feel like it's also like a Florida thing because I drove from Florida to New Jersey when I went to the New Jersey Exotica.
All of Florida's trash at driving.
Literally, it was all of Florida, a little bit of Alabama because there's still some Florida people in there. But like
Once you
once
get
I
past it, it's
got
good.
past
You're
it,
solid. You're fine.
everybody else was fine. I
Yeah.
was just like, what the fuck is wrong with Florida? What
Yeah.
I'm not
The motherfuckers
understanding.
won't get out of the third lane so I can go fast. They drive the speed limit in the third lane, and then I have to be dangerous and fucking swerve in and
That
out
is
because I'm not
exactly
gonna
the
stop
problem.
going
That is exactly the
my
problem.
speed. I'm not even speeding. I'm going like 80.
80. It's like, come
I'm going 10
on.
over.
It's
Fuck
only
off.
80 people.
Like try going to Texas where the 10 over is 100.
Oh, I know. I know. Trust
I
me.
love
My
it.
dad lives in Texas. And holy fucking shit. My sister went to visit and she was like, the highways were like 90 miles per hour.
I love
So
it.
it's just like, what the fuck?
But
That is how I drive. I need to move to Texas.
but so with sex work, you said you've kind of gone more to content creation.
Hmm.
How does that so like is it mostly solo stuff? Do you do stuff with other people? How do you kind of see that going for you? What's your business model?
Um, I mostly do solo. Being that I was in a somewhat relationship in the beginnings of my sex work. Well, not even in the beginnings. In the beginnings, I was broken up and then I got back with them. Woo! We always love that. So I mostly do solo. Recently, I've been venturing into, I've done a lot of girl stuff with my best friend. Shout out to Alice Rivers. Um, so I've done a lot of girl things. I've done some boy girl. I've done boy girl. I did some content in my early stages, but I kind of found like doing solo work was just a lot easier. When it comes to doing content with other people, it's definitely a vibe thing. I never really hit someone up and be like that I don't really know and be like, I want to make content with you. It's usually I meet them at a convention
Yeah,
and
same.
hang out with them and then be like, I want to make content with
But
you.
my thing with it is like I also don't have like a name behind me yet to like go up and hit someone's like, hey,
I'm just too
like
fucking
shit.
scared to do it. That's my
I
thing is I'm too nervous to
see,
message a person.
I have no problem with that, but like I'm much better in person with all aspects of my life. Like if I can do it in person, I will. Which
Yeah.
comes with meeting people. Like I don't even like applying to jobs. Back when I applied to jobs, I was like, I have to fill out an online
I
application.
hate that.
No, you're not gonna look at this.
I hate that. Yep. That's why I stay with doing sex work and my content creation. I had a lot of like little video goals, I guess you can kind of say, that I kind of wanted to do and create along with streaming, and where, excuse me, I got into some trouble and it just kind of set me back with streaming, and doing content creation and dealing with personal life all together. It was a lot. Um, so that's why I started dabbling into my like big goals for like what kind of content I wanted to start making. I am not at the level of where I wanted to be with content creation. As far as like editing wise, I definitely need a dual cam setup. I need another camera. That's so expensive. I'm still paying off my first one. So, yeah. Oh my god. It's so much. So much behind it, and like how I want to be with it, that it's gotten exhausting.
That's my problem. Is like I know that I
And
could
now
do
I
a
don't want to
really
make content
yeah.
anymore.
It's just like I know I could do a really good setup, but that would cost a lot of money and require me to live somewhere.
Exactly. And so that's what it
But
is
then I
like
also want to just be able to go on hikes out in
setting
like different
up.
states and like fuck somebody. That's like my favorite thing. Um,
Hate setting up.
but so in terms of like content that you make, what's some of the more interesting slash weird
Oh,
slash
you don't want me to
like
get started on
crazy?
weird.
What's some weird shit that you've done for content? Because like I've got some ideas that I want to do that are like really interesting. All of my things are based around how funny can I make it is where
How
I'll do a
funny
lot of
can
my
I
stuff.
make it?
Because like I
My
want to
most
do.
funny is gonna be my cow cosplay that's coming up soon.
I was just about to say because I want to do a dual cow cosplay milking content
See,
thing.
when people think of cows, they think of udders, and I'm like, she ain't got the udders. The udders are lacking.
See,
So,
my brain when it comes to that is like if someone wanted to do cow stuff but they had small titties, as long as they're like cool with me being like funnily degrading to them in a way, like if that makes sense,
I
it's
don't give a fuck.
like my brain would be like I'll dress up as like a farmer and then come up as like oh I guess she's not producing a lot of milk this time. I guess we'll get what we can out of her. Come here, Bessie. Oh, nothing. Wow.
That would be fine.
But
That's hilarious.
like that would be funny as hell. Like mine, cause like I want to do one where it's like a dual milking stream where we're both cows, or like one person's the farmer first and then they switch. But like
I have a not really a farmer. I guess it's a farmer.
oh, I've got a full
It's
country
a
outfit I can show you.
cowboy.
But it's
I wore it. Were you at New Jersey? You weren't
no,
at New Jersey. That's right. I
but
have a billion pictures in it though. So
we like I just get on like the ground and they pretty much just milk me and then like when we're done with that I switch into
like
the
your
farmer and then come back.
penis.
Yeah, because milking. So
I know. I've done a milking table
okay,
video.
then yeah,
Yeah,
which are so interesting. I've never.
it was fun.
I would like to try it, but Head is one of the hardest things for me to come from.
We didn't do it headwise. So, the way we did it is they had a cock ring vibrator,
Well, just like
and then
non-penetrative is always hard for me to like come from.
oh well, that person was very used to like hand job videos and stuff like that. So that was like their brand.
But I feel like I've just been ruined because I had a lot of sex in college, and the average person does not know how to give good head or a good hand job.
True.
So it's just like my dick's used to that, and it's hilarious.
Well, we're working with professionals only
Oh my
here.
god, it's so nice. No, oh my god. So I did a month or two ago, I did a scene with Andy Rose.
Best being in this community.
Oh my god, I did a scene with Andy Rose, and she started giving me head, and because I always feel bad, because usually girls that aren't good at doing it, like you can tell that they're just like having a rough time, and I'm like, honey, we can just go to sex. Like this looks like it's being a lot for you, but like she was going to town, she was loving it. I was like, oh, whoa, ah, okay, cool. And then she was like, I just love sucking dick. And I'm like, I can tell.
It's the people who love sucking dick. Me.
But then I'm just like, but then I'm just like, I get to the point where I'm like, hey, if we need to last, I need to go to sex because you're gonna make me blow in like 30 seconds. Which like, it's still insane to me though, because I've done stuff with professionals for a little bit now. Like I've done a few scenes with some like full on professionals.
Mhm.
Nothing. I've still never done anything better. So the best head in my life, I was 19, and
I was the same age.
well, so the thing with it though is the
Oh, wait,
girl.
no, I was 20, I think. Yeah.
So the girl I was flirting with, was one of my friend's managers, and like we were at the bar and we were flirting, and she's like, "Do you want to come back to my place?" And I was like, yeah." And she's like, "Well, just to let you know, I don't have sex, but I'll suck your dick." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." So we went back, and like I was like, "How good could this possibly be?" She's like, "Don't worry, you're gonna be in and out in 5 minutes." And I'm like, "There's no way," because I could take
I love a
forever.
woman with confidence.
And
She know what she's doing
oh
though.
my god, it was insane. So and I was like, "Do you want me to like can I like eat you out?" And she's like, "No, I don't want anything done to me. I'm just sucking your dick." And I was like, "What?" Me being that, and I'm like, but because I love eating pussy. It's my favorite fucking thing. And the fact that she was like, "I don't want that at all," I was like, I kind of took it as like an offense.
Rude.
And I was like, "Damn, I'm good, I promise." But no, so she started sucking my dick, and when I tell you, like, there wasn't a number to describe the number of gluck gluck she gave me. That shit was like professional
Oh.
level. I was like standing up, and I'm like, "Huh, what is this?" Like 34 seconds in, I was like, so where do you want me to come? And she looks up at me with my dick still in her mouth, and she's like, I wore the glasses for a reason. And I'm like, oh my god, okay. So like she does it, and then like I get to the bottom, I'm like, I'm coming, and then I just like grab her face and like all over it, and she's like, told ya, and then like goes and gets cleaned up, and she's like, okay, let's snuggle and go to bed. And I'm like,
Oh, what a nice person.
I feel like I need to buy you dinner now. Like,
Oh.
never seen that woman again. I'm so upset. Wished every day,
Oh.
hope to God I could find that woman again because I need to know. It's been 5 years now.
Honestly,
I need to know how much better it's been.
the guy that has ever like the and it wasn't even like it was pre-sex work. Yeah, it was pre that. And like I had just broken up with my boyfriend and I moved out of my house with my sister and I was just lonely and I needed some dick. And she was like, he don't have the best dick, but he gives good head. And so I was just like, word, I can use some good head. Haven't had that in a while. So I invited him over, and it was like some dude my sister had fucked before.
We love that.
And yeah, he didn't have the best dick. So usually when that happens, I just end up riding their dick.
See, my thing with it is like,
But his head, oh my god. And it's so unfortunate that he gave me such good head at such a young age. Because now every man
Nothing
is
compares.
compared. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but
Well, you'll have to let me know if I compare if we get to that point, because I give really good head. But
every man says that.
every man, well, also every girl says that they give really good head, and then you're just like, no, you don't,
I
honey.
personally, I haven't ate pussy in a long time, so I probably don't give the best pussy head. But like dick head, I suck a lot of dick, and I love sucking dick. And I think that's where it gets is like if you have a love in it,
Yeah, same. Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like
Well,
if
my
you
thing with
love
it,
something, you're just gonna be naturally better at it.
also my thing with it
Maybe
is like I've
certain
always
things.
just wanted to be the best
Because
or
me
like
and roller
really
skating,
good.
love it, but I'm not good at roller
Oh, I'm
skating.
really good at roller skating.
Do you have some roller skates?
Yeah.
I have some roller skates.
Um,
We can skate in my driveway.
let's do it.
It'd be a cute video.
But no, so my thing with it is like I've always wanted to be one of the best. Coming from Arkansas, that's not hard to do. I was already top tier just because I was interested in it.
Yeah.
But like I got to the point where like, I would watch porn not just to jerk off, but I'd be like, how are they doing this? Which like yes, that doesn't translate 100%, but like I would also watch, I'd watch like how-to videos. I'd read books on eating pussy
That was me
or like
on
things
like
to do.
stripping.
So it's like yeah, I put effort into that shit.
Yeah.
Also, I've slept with a massive amount of people.
There's
I've
how-to
I
videos
always
on
ask like
pussy eating.
what did they like? What did they want? Like I communicate. I'm like, "Hey, what could I have done better?" And that has really helped over the years. So it's just like,
Wish there were more people like you in the
yeah,
world.
it'd be great.
God, if a person asked me, what could I have done better after my head session? I could have been like, all right, well, this is my checklist.
Yeah, I hate it though because girls are like, "Oh, you did fine." I'm like, "No, I know I could improve. Tell me something, asshole. Don't be nice. Now's not the time for
My sister
niceties."
has this like acronym for fine. Could I ever remember it? No, but every time I'm like, I'm fine, and then she'll just say this like something where it doesn't mean that you're fine. It means that you have problems and you are emotional. And I'm like, shut up, bitch. I'm fine.
But yeah, back to the so what's some weird content that you've made?
Oh no.
I want to know.
Oh my god. Well, made. Well, I just got this really weird request for some guy. He wanted me to like use receipts, like long receipts, like the receipts you get from CVS.
Like Costco receipts?
Like long receipts. Like if they have ads on them on the front or back, it doesn't matter. But he wanted me to like rub the receipts all over my body, like very, very sensually. And then
Okay.
shit. And then wipe my ass with the receipts.
I want to meet this man.
I was like, I can get a roll of receipt paper, but I'm personally not going to use receipts from my hometown. But he didn't write me back.
Oh no.
But like making my weird content that I make is I call it my dirty content, which is more bowel movement based.
I know a few people that do that.
So I don't touch it. I don't really do that. It's more so like they call it like a feminine erotic releasing type of thing or something, and it's just like releasing it sensually.
I mean,
And
there's a market for it because a lot of people
there
don't
definitely
do it
is.
and
A lot of
refuse to
people
touch
don't.
it. Yeah.
And I don't. And if I did touch it, it's really just not really like.
I'm just like touching the type of content that they do. Like a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
people won't even like.
I'm like,
bother.
I don't like touching it.
No, like people don't do it. People don't want to touch that like aspect. So it's like there are people.
Yeah, there's a lot of like I don't want to do that because people think it's like really gross, but I feel like that is an absolute natural thing that happens. I really wish they like let period content on more sites because that would be really really awesome.
See, I would watch period content. Poop stuff is like.
Poop stuff is very
That one's
niche.
just like where I draw the line.
I watch pee stuff, but I don't watch personally. I don't watch poop stuff.
Yeah, I love the idea of being peed on. I don't know yet, but like love watching it. Like just watching people piss their pants is funny. I love it. Period stuff is just like interesting to me.
Yeah, there's not a
More
lot
so,
of it. It's
well,
hard.
like, not even content-wise. I've had this idea for I want to do a photo shoot of a natural bleeding like session, if that makes sense. Not like on anybody, but like I just want to go into the woods with somebody, preferably like pagan or spiritual or witchy, that wants to go out, do their thing, like on their period, like make like a little altar or something, and capture a video of them just like free bleeding down their leg or whatnot, or using that.
I wish my blood did that enough. Oh,
Like I would love to
cool.
do
I
that.
love that.
But anytime I brought that up to
Cause
people in
I don't use.
Arkansas, they'd be like, "Get the
I
fuck
have
out of here."
tampons and I have all that shit in my drawers for other people. I don't use that stuff. I don't. I free bleed.
Yeah.
I don't use any pads or anything because it really fucks with my period. I also don't get my period but every like 3 months because I'm on a certain birth control.
Okay.
I control that shit. I found that it really messed with my content creation getting a period every month. I really wish I didn't do that because I would be able to make a lot more period content. But it also just really helps me know that I'm not going to be starting my period. I would miss the kind I was on. I would miss one day and start spotting, be spotting for 2 weeks and then
Yeah.
I'm on my period for a week and that was just stupid
That's
and
the
I
other thing with me, because like
can't make my regular content.
I definitely get it, like, because it would be nice for me. I've had a couple of situations where people were canceled because like, I started my period. I'm like,
Put a sponge in.
I'm just like, I don't care. Like I have my red dragon, as they call it, which I got on accident, technically, because the girl didn't tell me she was on her period when I went down on her, and I'm like, your shit tastes weird, and she's like, oh, it's probably because I'm on my period. And I'm like, ma'am, you're an asshole. Like, fuck you. I
That
still
is
went back down on her because I didn't give a shit.
terrible.
But
Yours tastes weird. It tastes like a little irony down here.
yeah, I was like, am
It's
I
like metal.
on pennies?
Chewed on pennies.
But it's just like, and then I've had sex on like
Oh my
periods.
god. Oh no. I felt so bad for that man. I didn't know I was on my period. And he ripped my pants off. It was all consensual and we were so in the moment. And then I still had my underwear on my ankles and I like lifted and then I said, "Oh no, get off of me." I gotta go to the bathroom really quick.
But so it's like I've never bought, like, I don't personally, I'm not gonna, like, if someone tells me they're on their period, I'm not gonna go down on them just because I don't enjoy the taste. I'm past my gothic vampire phase at this point in my life. But like,
I hate the taste of blood.
but like if I'm doing something with somebody and they're on their period, like I'll still happily have sex with them. It doesn't bother me. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna go take a shower now.
Sex on my period, but
What?
now I used to like sex on my period, but now it's like it's been painful. Like the past few times I've tried it, so I just stuck to not
Yeah.
doing it.
Because like my thing is I would much rather have period sex than do anal.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. I don't want anal. I don't want it in my butt.
But that's just like, because for me, anal.
You're I've been meeting a lot of more penis owners. That was a horrible. The way that sentence just came out was bad and grammatically incorrect.
I will say at this point in my life, I usually say vaginally inclined or the penilely inclined. It feels better. It rolls off the tongue a little bit better, and then that way you're not.
Owner.
Yeah.
I feel weird saying that. But
I own this right here.
I've been meeting a lot more people that don't like anal.
So
like,
for me,
with the penis.
For me,
what is it?
The biggest thing is it's not
naturally lubricated.
Don't care about that.
Oh.
I use a lot of good lube. No, it's the fact that the reward isn't worth the amount of time putting in to get there compared to what you could do otherwise. Because like with anal, the person getting it has to train their butt, has to be prepared. The person giving it has to go slow at first and like kind of edge their way in. Whereas like with vaginal sex, once you pop them in there and take it slow for like a second or two, like you can go. Most people can just go, damn, shit. But like you do that to someone's butthole, game over. Stop.
Not
no.
Get
also, you could just get head. The smallest issue, is poop.
Yeah.
I don't trust a hoe. Like I gotta know. It's also the same reason I don't.
fully spray that into your asshole and push it out.
Well, it's also like the same reason I don't eat
And
ass
that's the
unless I
reason why
watch somebody
I don't
clean it.
do I don't do anal like videos because and if I do an anal video, it's going on my dirty site
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna fucking shove water up my ass. I'm too scared to do that. People have requested those types of
I
videos.
douche all the time.
I've never douched my ass and I am so scared to.
It feels so nice.
I'm so scared.
It's so
I don't
funny.
know what it feels like. Oh my god, I was so scared.
The biggest thing is get the right douche. Like spend a little extra money for
Should
a
I
good
get
one.
like a reusable
Oh
one?
yeah, don't ever. Yeah, I've had
I
the
don't
same
know.
douche for
They
a
have
while.
like anal douches at the stores, don't they?
So there's one. Don't get one with saline spray because it's just not good for your insides.
Okay.
But the best thing to do is to just go to a sex shop, get a douche.
sex
Like
shop?
yeah, sex shop, get a douche,
Got a good sex
and
shop
then you
here.
just fill it up with water and use that. That's all you need.
So
The
what
thing
if
with it
what
though,
if
before
like
you
what if
hold
it
on.
drips in my vagina or something like that?
So let me finish my thing first because I will forget.
Like this?
So with it, there's two types. There's the cheaper version. I don't remember the terms for it, but there's one where like when you squeeze the water in there, you have to hold it and then pull it back out so you don't get like air in there.
Oh.
Because that like it's not gonna hurt you, but it can make it uncomfortable or a little weird.
Uh-huh.
Or you spend a little bit of extra money and there's one where you squeeze it and it has like a dual valve system so that like it just contains itself and you don't have to worry about like backsplash or sucking in. Because that's the other thing is like if you have the other one, if you like release it, you could suck the duty water back into the douche and then you have to like
Oh.
clean it and all that.
Oh, okay, I see what
Sanitary.
you
Yeah,
mean.
it's more sanitary.
Yeah, the bulb types.
Yeah.
Those are kind of like
Which
the
is what
only
I
ones
gotta
I've
go
really
buy one
seen.
because I'm tired of using the old one. But yes, what were you gonna say?
Um, so it's probably just like a positioning thing.
So this is the part of the thing where I wish I had video because this would be so good to show. But so basically, what I do, and I mean, we have different genitalia, but so pretty much what I'll do is like I'll go into my bathroom, fill it up, get right by the toilet. I'll put like my foot up on the like the bathtub or the toilet seat, and then like I'll just put it up in there, squeeze it, pull it out, and you sit on the toilet
You
and
sit
just
on
let
the
it out.
toilet.
Yeah, you sit
and
on the
you
toilet.
just
That's
let
all you
it
gotta do.
out.
Because it's just pooping with
So
water.
it's just. So is it? I've never done it.
You
So
don't
like,
feel it.
do some people have to do it multiple times? Is that like a? Do you do it multiple
You don't do it just once.
times?
Yeah, you do it multiple times because you want to.
Yeah.
So I was watching a podcast with Adriana Chechik recently, and
Uh-huh.
she said before an anal scene she will douche for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that seems.
I don't do that.
Someone else that I have seen they
But that
posted on
cleans out
Twitter
everything.
said it took about 2 hours to
Yep.
anal prep. But she does like giant dicks, like
Yeah.
fucking 2-inch wide
Yep.
fucking circumference dicks in her ass. So
But like for me, like
she has to.
I'll do it like 4 or 5 times. Like I'll go in there and like get it clean because that like gets it a good chunk amount. But also
I'd have to anal prep for that tunnel plug right there.
But like I don't do a whole lot of like butt stuff. Like I'll
Neither
put in
do
a butt
I.
plug every once in a while. I want to get pegged, but
My butt hurts too much when it happens.
I like getting pegged. It's just a pain in the
Pain in the ass.
to like prepare for because like it's one of those things where it's like I gotta know this is happening before I do it. I can't just show up to a friend's house and be like, hey, let's get pegged. It's like because I need to like get my butt plug in and get it back used to getting shit in there. But the
butt plug goes on chatterbait, baby.
I try, but I don't get tipped a whole lot. I'm working on it.
Maybe instead of like a goal, maybe like a tip for it for a certain amount of
every
time.
once in a while.
Yeah.
But my thing
That's something I don't do. I don't do any toy insertion like tips.
The other thing with anal though, for me and my big, this is probably number 2 reason is my dick is just very, very thick, and I just feel bad.
That thing wouldn't feel great in my butthole.
Have you seen it hard?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, then.
It's just like
that. I can tell it gets thick.
I always feel bad whenever I do it. I'm like, this is a lot. Which is why I don't bother with it.
Like this is what normal thickness.
Yeah, that's tiny for me.
This is small. This would hurt my butt. This would hurt my butt so
So you
bad.
know those chatterbait dildos they give
Those
out?
things are so big.
I'm trying to
Alice
get it
has
inside of
one
me.
of those.
I'm trying to do a tip.
I want one so bad.
I want to do a stream where I get it inside of me so badly because I know I can
Wow.
do it.
Oh, you haven't tried it yet?
Nope.
Oh my God. Good luck to
But
you.
I am a trooper and am willing to try. But I've also
Good.
torn my asshole before, so I'm not worried about it.
Ow.
That happened because I bought the you know the Lovin's Hush, the butt plug vibrator one.
Yeah, I have the huge one and then
Yeah.
the not huge one.
So I was looking at the site and they don't have like an accurate like thing that tells you like, oh, this is about what it's gonna look like compared to a hand or something.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, how big can 1.75 inches around
Right?
really be?
That was me.
So I got it and I was just like, I got it in the mail and I'm like, oh my god,
It's
I
like
have
the
to get
size
this
of my
inside of me.
fist.
And then like I tried for fucking 45 minutes to get that thing inside of me, and eventually I was just like, fuck it, and push a little too hard, and I heard a, and I was like, ah, started crying because it hurt so bad. Took it out, and then like emailed them, and they were like, well, we can't give you a refund,
No.
but I got like a 10% off for the other one. And so I bought that, and like that one still takes a lot of effort to
The
get in.
1.25 or something like that?
Yeah, 1.25, I think.
I
I don't have the
think-
tiny one.
No, because it's new. They
Yeah,
only
that's
came
new.
out with that with
I
like
wish I would've
last
had that one.
year. Only like
Yeah, fucking
last
bullshit.
year. And I'm like, Lovins, how long have you been making these toys?
I
My
really
God,
gotta get
I
the-
really wish they started with the small one.
I really gotta get the men's, but the men's
It's like a
vibrator
thing,
stuff.
but it's like a
There's two of them. There's the Gush and the other one.
so not the Gosh, but there's one that like you can put it. It's like a cock
There's one that's a
ring,
cock ring that
but
goes
you
on
can
your
put
taint.
it on your butt, or also like on the
Yeah,
shaft.
And I want to
right?
get that because it's like low profile, but
I
the
wanted to
Gush
get
is
that
like a
for
big
Joel.
like clip pretty much, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, that's a lot.
I didn't think the
It also
clip
just doesn't.
looked.
It doesn't
It
look
didn't
like it'd be good
look-
for videos.
No.
And
It
you can
looked
use the
bulky.
yeah, and you can use the other one for videos. Like you can still fuck with that.
Yeah.
Like why would you not want that?
It's not as bulky. I wanted
probably
to
gonna
get
buy it
that
with my
thing
next
for
paycheck.
Joel so we could play with each other.
Yeah, I need it so that I can get on stream and do that because like I'm not gonna put the Hush is such a pain in the ass to put
Don't
in.
ever put the Lush in your asshole.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's not tapered. Yeah, no shit.
Oh my God! One time
do
on
that?
cam,
Did you do that?
it was hilarious.
God damn it.
One time on cam, I had the Lush in my asshole because I couldn't fit the Hush. We were over the Hush. We were over the Hush. So I was like, you know what? I'll do the Lush in the asshole. And this was when they had the Lush 1
Yeah.
before they came out with the big bulbous ends. Even the bulbous ends, once that big part is in, it's going in.
It gets sucked in.
But I was fucking, and I have video somewhere, probably, of me fucking this huge, like Doc Johnson fucking squirting dildos. Those squirting dildos from them. So those things are huge. And I'm just sitting there going ham. And then someone's like, your Lush is gone. And I was like,
wow.
what? And I looked up the camera and I was like, oh my God.
What'd you do?
I'll be right back, guys. I went to the bathroom and I had to like squeeze
Poop it
it
out?
out. I had to shit it out pretty much and wash it off and
Damn.
came back cracking up into the room. Oh my God. Everybody loved it. I was just like, that's a dangerous thing to
That's
do.
the number one rule with butt stuff.
That is a
Flared
dangerous
face.
thing to do. Didn't know that at that time, but definitely learned. I was so new to butt stuff. I was fucking that was when I just started camming too. And
God
like
damn it.
I just started camming and they came out with that Lush thing. And so I bought it immediately because everybody was using it. And I was like, what is this thing? It's
That's
tip
fucking
control.
hilarious.
Yeah, that shit was the funniest probably thing that has ever happened to me on cam. To me personally.
It hasn't happened on cam. I so wish I would have recorded this, but I was like 20, and I had my butt plug in, and I was fucking a friend of mine at the time, and like we were going ham, and like I get to the point to where I'm coming, and I think she was on top of me riding, and like I come. And I came so hard that I shot my butt plug across the room and it hit the wall.
Oh
Like
my
I got
God.
4 feet out of that. And she just turns back, looks at me, and she's like,
What was that?
what the fuck did you just do? And I'm like, I think I just hit a bullseye.
That's hilarious.
Now, I will
Yeah.
say, my least favorite thing about butt stuff, especially if you're using like butt plugs aren't too bad because those can pop out pretty easily. But if you're
Yeah.
using like the links, fuck,
Anal beads?
Yeah, anal beads. If you're using anal beads,
Yeah.
like I'll get those in me and it feels great. But then I come and then it's just like the worst feeling in the world trying to get it
Pulling them out.
out because you're just like you're just like I'm just
I've
just
never.
gonna sit here for like a couple of minutes and keep them in. I hate it.
I think I used my anal beads once, um, prior to using them for like a dirty, I call them dirty videos.
Yeah.
And then after that, I didn't use it, but because I'm not going to use that again. I
But
should sell them.
but yeah, speaking of like the content and stuff, for me, I'm trying to get used to making solo content and trying to figure out where I really want to be with that because like solo content's the hardest thing for me.
What I really wanted to do a lot with my brand was I really like cosplay, but not in the sense of like the way a lot of people do cosplay, where they're like a lot of anime characters. I
Yeah.
don't like doing like that type of anime. Like I like doing like, well, my name is Cat, so I do a lot of cat type of cosplay. Whatever. I'm a cheetah. I'm a fucking
More so
lion. I'm a
role play,
tiger.
quote unquote kind of.
Role playing, but like I'm not like I don't do like pet play.
Yeah.
Whereas I could do pet play. I would like to be walked around on a leash dressed up as a cat.
Let me know.
We can make my fucking cat video that I want to been making. I actually have a specific room bed that I want, so I'd have to like rent an Airbnb for that video.
Let me know.
But like yeah, I want a video where I'm like a cat walked around on a leash, shove my face in a bowl of milk, like stuff like that. And then also just like other things where like I like Poison Ivy, like those types of characters, like just like I guess that is kind of like a comic ish type of thing, but I did Cinderella. She's the only like princess that is over the age of 18.
Yeah.
So that's that. Just like small cosplay things like that, like an angel, a princess, a pixie in the woods, a tree elf, fantasy role play, cosplay
It's cosplay all the same. It's
ish,
just
right? It's
like
cosplay ish.
it's all like you dressing up with
Dressing up.
someone is cosplay is the correct
Exactly.
term. It's just like
And that's where I started
literally.
it, where I wanted to do like photo sets and then I would just make a sex scene.
My problem with it though is like the stuff
I have the
I
gigantic woods back there to do
yeah.
all that shit.
The thing with it for me though is the content that draws my brain is content that women make, but like me making it
Yeah.
looks a little weird and two isn't a huge
Aw.
market. You know, in the sense like also I can't really fuck my vagina because I don't have one. You know, and like anal stuff is hard to do, but then that just attracts like a gay crowd, and like
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm trying to figure out how I can still be effeminate but draw in a female crowd, which is what I'm trying to do. I need to pander to those lesbians who aren't like 100%, you know?
I watch gay porn. If I'm gonna watch dicks, it's going to be full on gay porn. Um, and that's actually like the porn I started watching.
I wish I could have sex with a dude so badly. My life would be so much easier if I could just take a dick, but I can't.
So you've only done your own anal stuff.
I've been
And
pegged by one person before, but she didn't know what the fuck she was doing,
I'm
so
so
it was just a pain
scared
in the
to
ass.
peg of anyone in the ass.
It's a
Like,
lot. Like you have to know what you're doing because like it's not motions you make in your daily life.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're just like I don't know what you're doing.
I feel like so because I am a dancer and I am naturally good with my hips, I feel like I am good like vaginally strap-on wise, but pegging that is definitely something I've always wanted to do. But I'm nervous. I'm nervous to do it and I would want to be with someone who would understand that. My own like me having my own anal sex, I've only had anal sex with like 3 different people and the first 2 were a bust. It was bad. The first one and second one, their dick was too wide. And the third one, it was successful. I actually had sex on my car right in that driveway.
See, that's why I don't want to try it. It's just like this thing. There's too
And
much
yeah,
here.
he had a thinner dick, and it was probably like this. No, it was thinner than this. It was like the other one. And oh wow, like a little. This was kind of like bulbous at the top, but he just stood there and he let me do whatever I wanted. And because he was standing there, and I just like backed up and backed my ass up on him as fast or slow as I wanted. And yeah, he came in my
Okay.
butt and then gave me this bandana. Oh, I don't know where it's at. He wiped his dick off on it and he was like, "Here you go. Can't bring this home to my wife." Oops.
Oh well.
Hope they never hear this podcast.
But no, so to open up the podcast a little bit, do you have any questions you want to know about me? Any topics you want to get on? Anything along those lines? Any weird kinks you want to talk about?
How are you with like BDSM?
I'm in the community. I am very new to the community, so every time I do something, it's still learning a lot. I take a really good fucking beating.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, BDSM is more so about being a show than it is for anything else, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything I do is so that people will watch.
True.
Is how it's always been. So like anytime I'm getting flogged or like I've had a dude hit me with a carnival hammer, I've had, just straight punching. Like I've done a lot, and it's all I only like it if I don't like hard and long
Yeah.
sessions where it's like the intent is to like walk away with like some sort of release or just like a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, give me a shit ton at once, real quickly,
Yep.
and we'll call it good. I want people to be like, what the fuck was that? Whoa, okay, kind of shit.
What about on the giving end?
I'm very new to it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it as long as I know the person, have some sort of rapport,
Uh-huh.
if that makes sense. I'm working on buying a couple of floggers because I want to start doing that, but I also don't want to take away from Fast Flogger because I feel like a dick because that's his like thing. But like, I'm pretty solid with them. I do. I don't know.
I guess I don't like fast flogging is where he's not a bad person. I don't like his flogging style, I guess I can say. I was flogged by him very intensely. And that's when I learned I don't like fast.
See.
I like it hard. I told him do hard. And he said, "Oh, you want it hard?" But he went extremely fast. Whereas fast can result in hard, it was a lot.
Yeah.
A,
I definitely
a
see what you're saying.
lot where I wanted hard.
See, because
Bam.
I
I'm a
love him
hard
as a
slow.
person, and it's really cool like what he does.
Oh, it's awesome.
But it's just like I got annoyed whenever I did it at the convention because like I told him I'm like, hey, I'm not new to this. Treat me like a bitch and like hit me hard. And then he went like barely to a medium, and I'm like, is that what? Where's the hard? I'm like, are you? Don't hold back on me. Hurt me. Cause like
Oh, my butt went so red.
I've never drawn blood from BDSM. I have had girls, scratch me and like in sex and stuff
Mm-hmm.
and drawn blood, but like that's not something I'm super interested in. I like making a good mark. My hand is perfect for ass slaps. Like I leave a perfect
He
handprint.
smacked
Yeah.
Mary's ass and left really good handprints.
And the other cat too. I left a really good.
Yeah.
Didn't I do one on you?
You probably did smack me, probably. We might
I
have
don't
to make a
remember.
spanking video. Who knows?
But cause like I attribute it to the fact that I have a really wide hand and
True.
really small wrists, so the airflow is really good, dog. Like it just fucking just goes in there. But like my hand covers an entire ass cheek for most people,
Yeah.
so it's great. But Mary's is different because she has a skin condition.
Yeah, her butt like her butt just turned.
Me and her have the same skin
You probably
condition.
just like press her on her arm and it will just.
Well, because I don't remember what it's called. We both couldn't remember, but like we both have the same skin condition that you can draw on our skin. This will show up in like a second.
Let's play tic-tac-toe.
I do all the time. At work, I'll just be like, you guys want to play tic-tac-toe?
Oh look, boop boop.
But like, look at that. But I think it's some sort of iron deficiency. I can't remember exactly. But we
I have it. Oh shit.
but in terms of BDSM, when it comes to like hitting and getting hit, I'm all down for
So
that.
that's the S
There's
and
other
M
things. Yeah. There's I'm
portion of
I'm a
it.
huge service sub. I love
Okay.
being told what to do. I'm very much a switch, but more sub leaning. Because I can be dominant if I need to, but if I have the opportunity, I'm gonna be a dumb little sub and listen to a hot woman tell me what to do. Like that shit gives me an erection so fucking fast. Um, like I was fucking rocked up the entire time at fucking Avian and X3 helping Lilith when I was just like, I love this. I'm so happy right now. Like my favorite thing to do is just to be like the bag carrier, or like let me hold your drink.
Oh well, I will be hitting you up in Chicago.
Exactly. Well, like, and like when it comes to like holding drinks for people too, that's also like for me it's a really big thing because it means they trust me in a sense to leave me
Yeah.
alone with their drink,
Yeah.
especially in like a public place, because I'm like, someone could really fuck you up like this. But like,
I think actually when we first met and hung out, you held my drink for me, and I
yeah,
like wandered off somewhere,
well, because like there's also I've also
and
because
you
I
were like, "That's dangerous," and I'm like, "Well, you're cool."
yeah, because like there's I've also been in some situations where like I've held girls' drinks, or like I've seen other dudes hold people's drinks and like they do it in like just a not good way, and I'm like, oh, you might be problematic, because like I've done it, like I've held someone's drink and the dude's like, oh, she told me to hold that. I'm like, no, she didn't. I'm right here, dog. What the fuck? And it's like videos where they're like, oh, let me see that. What's in that? And I'm like, nothing for you. Like, let me get fucking crazy. Like, woof, get the fuck away. Just like start doing weird shit. It's like, no, it's not your drink. Go buy your own. But on the opposite hand,
drinks.
I'm the dumb bitch that like someone at a random bar is like, you want a drink? I'm like, is it free? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, let's go.
Let's do it.
And then I'm also like, I really want to get roofied at some point in my life, but like I don't want to
Why
get,
don't you just buy a roofie and take one?
because that's
then?
not fun. Okay?
Oh my god.
I don't want to
I'm
know
gonna
that it's
roofie you.
happening. Exactly. You have my full consent to do this. I want to know what it feels like to get roofied without knowing that it's happening, because I want to know what the
I would
symptoms
have to
and like what's going on.
make
Be like,
sure it's not like too much.
yeah, well,
You
because I'm
know?
gonna wake up in the morning and be like, "What happened?" And then like my friend comes like, "Oh, I roofied you because you know you wanted to," and I'm like, "Oh, so that's what that felt like. Cool, thank you. Did you have sex with me?" And then they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Good. You want to do it now?" Like, because like that's my thing with roofies, and I know I'm coming at this from a very privileged speaking point because I'm a dude and I can handle my own in situations, but like I would be so upset if I got roofied and raped, more so in the sense that they could have just asked me and we probably would have slept together and you wouldn't have this problem. The fact that you were like if someone was like, "Oh, I gotta make sure he's unconscious," I'd be so upset. I'm like, "Well, now I gotta do it again, asshole. Like, what the fuck? You know?" I'm so sorry. This is probably gonna get me canceled. That was fun. No. But like that's my viewpoint on that shit. But like I'm also the dumbass that takes like 6 tabs of acid whenever I do an acid trip because I like to fucking explode. I just like to everything. But I've also never done Molly. I've only done ketamine twice.
Never done that.
I don't do any other powders, or I only do psychedelics really.
Yeah.
My big goal this year at a festival is to get a girl to snort coke or ketamine off my dick, because I've never had it happen and I want to know.
That.
I want to know. I want to know.
Definitely done that.
I just want the flex,
Snorted
you know?
coke off the dick and had coke snorted off my ass.
See, it's like I just don't do powders. Otherwise, I'd be able to do it no problem.
Not like cocaine is. I'll probably never do cocaine again.
I have coke energy, so I don't need to do it.
Exactly. I have the energy enough to not have to do it, and also just the fact that it's a high, but I have horrible depression. So
it's also like a quick high and expensive too.
It's expensive, quick, and then I'm like, well, what the fuck? And then I'm like, what the fuck for like a week later because I'm just depressed and in a hole. That's also the same with Molly.
That's where I'm with acid. Like I'll do a lot and I have a great time, and then 2 days later I'll get really depressed and be like, ah.
Yeah, that's why I like shrooms in a small amount, because
shrooms just don't do anything for me.
I've done shrooms like in a large amount, and then like, whew, that was intense. But like sometimes the next day I'm like, but most of the time the next day after that I'm
also the kind of guy that really only likes to do drugs if I can guarantee that I'm going to have sex on them.
True. I usually just do
Because
them
sex
for
is
like
just much more fun on drugs.
like hang out and like for deep conversations.
Yeah.
I like to like get into the mind.
Oh, this is my deep conversation. I said I don't need drugs for that.
Sometimes I just get awkward and I can't talk, and like alcohol and drugs unfortunately help me
Yeah.
loosen up and become a different person. But
The,
not even a different
the
person.
one
Just
nice thing though is
I can express my feelings.
Yeah.
There it is.
The one nice thing for me though is I don't suffer from any form of whiskey dick.
That's also really amazing.
Yeah. I've never not been able to get my dick hard.
Well,
I've been obliterated. Like I don't remember the sex the
I
next
guess you would
morning
call it
trash.
whiskey clit.
Yeah.
So like I've been like drunk, like not drunk, but like tipsy or so streaming, and I'm trying to do like a vibrator cum show, and I'm like 20 minutes in, like this is horrible, guys.
I'm having such a bad time right now. Well, like for me, my thing is like I've been blackout drunk and still had sex and not like had any problem. I can get my dick hard on
Insertion's never a
acid
problem.
or any of the other stuff, but like now I have a little bit of a cheat code because on my way back from LA, I stopped in Mexico for a bit.
You got
I got so much Viagra.
You got so many dick pills.
I got 64 tabs of Viagra.
You sent me a Snapchat of that, and I was
And
just
they're
like, this motherfucker.
And they're 100 milligrams. You only need 50 milligrams to do it.
What any of that means.
So
I wonder what it would be like to take a dick pill with a vagina.
So it's, I mean, you can. You want to tonight? You can.
Would that show
So
up
it
in
just
your drug
increases
test?
blood flow to your pussy. It's safe to do. It doesn't really do anything. It just increases blood flow and makes the sensation better.
It's not illegal, right?
No.
Okay.
It's a prescription. So in Mexico, it's not
like
a prescription drug. You can buy it over the counter. Here, it's kind of you can still get it mailed in.
How long does it take to get out of your system? That's the only thing. Like, what if
It's still Denafil. Like, if your PO officer's like, why do you have a Viagra in your
But she
system?
knows I'm an adult content creator. I literally
like whatever.
I don't
You're
think she'll
fine.
care.
I'll look it up whenever we go do our thing tonight because I'm tempted because I also want to take one.
I'm so tempted.
Because I want to take one
Wait,
tonight.
how long does your dick last? Like, will it be hard? So say you come on a Viagra.
So
don't you stay hard for a while?
So I don't know exactly with Viagra. I've taken Cialis before.
Oh, it's different brands.
Yeah, they're different. It's same thing, different name, different like ingredients. Papa John's.
Kind of like birth control and stuff like that too.
So like, I've taken Cialis before. That was a great time. I didn't have to think at all to keep my dick hard. Like I was doing everything. I was like, man, I wonder what it takes to get this soft. Nothing. Game on. Also, I'm a healthy, fit individual. It's just for fun at this point for me.
Yeah.
But I've only ever taken it once. I haven't taken this stuff, but I'm also not worried about it because I do my research and I've looked it up. It's legal. It's fine. It's safe. It's not a bad thing to do. But it's only a problem if your dick is harder for more than 4 to 5 hours.
Okay.
Because then, you just have too much blood flow and you got to go to a doctor. But whenever I did Cialis, I came and then like that was pretty much it. My dick like got soft again, but like it stayed like chubby. Like it wasn't like full hard, but it wasn't like full soft. It was like
it's gonna be like poof.
But it's nice because like I can just
I'm so interested.
I can just sit here and like my dick will just be rock hard. The other reason I got it was because I need to get me a clone willy again because I want to do that and start making molds of my penis so I can sell dildos.
I want to make a mold of my butthole so I can make just the mold because I want to get like chocolate.
You've told me about this.
Chocolate over the butthole mold.
Well, because I want to start making candy dicks, like dick pops.
Like the ones that they give out at Chatterbait and stuff?
Yeah, but I want to make one of my actual penis because one, that's a lot of lollipop. Two, like, how nice it'd be to be walking around a convention with people just sucking your dick?
Sucking your dick, right?
Like, nice.
I want to get a gummy mold of my ass. Like my whole ass. That's a lot of gummy.
But, yeah, we can do this if you want. That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Also, it'd make content a lot easier because I
Some
could just
research.
not have to worry about maintaining the erection. We can just like hop from thing to thing to thing.
Hey, we could all
Um,
night.
right. Um, but yeah. So, are there any last thoughts? Any last questions you had?
I just wanted to know how you were with like BDSM
Oh
and
yeah, we
stuff
didn't
like
finish on
that. So
that.
like you're very more sub as well as I
Because
am.
I do consider myself a little bit more vanilla compared to a lot of the people I've met in the BDSM community. Because like
I think I am
I
too,
do
I
it for
guess.
fun. Like if someone wants to do it, I'll do it. It's not something I'm actively seeking out, in a sense. Although I do love being led around in the collar, service sub. That's my thing. Um, I don't see the draw to latex or leather stuff. I don't really see the draw to it. It's cool.
Like as in
Wearing like
like
latex
it's like
dresses and all
you
that.
wearing it
Yeah,
or
just
you just
I don't find it
don't
interesting in people in general. I've got a bunch of friends in the community, the
that
latex and
like the
like
latex.
uh
I don't know.
vinyl community. It's just like
It's a pretty thing to look at, but it's a very expensive
yeah.
hobby to keep up for me personally.
I don't
I
know.
like
I
to
think I
look
got
at
to
it.
beat on expensive hobbies.
Oh,
Points to all of my camera gear.
well, I mean just like latex. I'm not a like latex
Yeah.
connoisseur or anything like that, but like I just feel like that in itself is a expensive
Well,
hobby.
because for me, my kinks,
Photography is very expensive hobby.
yeah, my kinks more so fall around the BDSM or no, they more fall around the exhibitionist voyeurist category and
Yeah.
like doing stuff in public or
Mhm.
like just around people.
Mhm.
Like I love going to sex clubs and being watched.
I would love to go to a sex
I would
club.
love to be a part of an orgy. I would love to be a part of like group content. I love stuff like that. My one of the main things I want to do at some point in my life is I want to get like 4 or 5 women that want to just use me as an object and just have their way, like do like an orgy thing,
Most
but like
penis owners.
yeah, I know, but like I want to do it in like a very like the women are in charge thingy. It's like
Okay.
I kind of just like lay down and like I have hand here, like hands out, feet out, fucking like dicks up, face is good, and
My
someone
couch looks so small compared to you.
just like picks people just like pick a spot and kind of like rotate and they're like they tell me exactly what to do. Like I just want to be used as a toy so badly.
Same. And that's why I wanted to that's why I wanted to ask you because I was like, will he use me as a toy? Damn it.
I
Okay.
will. Yeah, like
We
I
can
said,
find someone to use us as a toy. That would be
I will
fun.
happily use you as a toy if you want me to.
I just
My
I want to
problem
get more into that community, I
my
feel.
problem with that though is using someone as a toy. This is gonna be really fucked up, but it's really fucking funny because it's still comedic. Because I want to find a quadriplegic person that doesn't have access to all of their limbs. Either they're all gone or they're just not usable. So
Oh,
they're pretty much just a torso and head.
yeah.
I want to find someone that's like a kinky person in that community that wants to just be used as a toy because then it's a living fleshlight. Like, you know how fucking like dope that would be?
Oh
That would be
my
hilarious.
god.
But I want to figure out a way to do it in a way that's not just like
That is
the
hilarious.
meanest thing ever.
That is
Like,
hilarious. That's so great. Oh, that's
yeah,
so funny. We should have done this on stream.
I usually do. I forgot. I didn't even think.
We should have gotten online.
I usually do.
I was thinking like I was like, we have enough time to do like a couple hour show before we go.
We could do a mini photo shoot on. Well,
You want to
that's
do a photo shoot or
yeah, because I'll usually do one
let's
or the
discuss
other.
this after the
I don't
podcast.
care. We're at the end of the podcast. My thing, well, because I whenever I did the stream with Ivy, Rose, and Space and Delphi,
Mhm.
I did it while we were on stream because I like it because one, just
Yeah, it
lets
gives
people.
good commentary for the stream.
Two, if I run out of stuff to talk about, which doesn't happen often,
You
or I
can
can
read
open it up. Yeah, you can be like,
comments.
hey, you guys have any questions? That works out pretty well. But I don't need it because I have the gift of gab and I talk like a
You
motherfucker.
do talk pretty
Um,
well. I feel like I am awkward sometimes when it
it's
comes
been
to
fun.
talking
I've
to
enjoyed it.
people.
You also have a really cute laugh, which is fun. I'm gonna gotta sound clip it and save it, But like, and it's wild because like my setup is so like small and easy to do and portable versus like some people like I've listened to some people's podcasts now, albeit a lot of them are just like dudes who go to the conventions to just talk with hot girls and try to like hook up with them and shitty stuff like that. which makes me look bad, but I'm like, no, I'm actually doing this because I like doing this. But like, I'll go and listen to their shit, and it's like the worst quality. They can't talk to keep a conversation going for their life.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like boring to listen to, and I'm just like, come on, dog, like, fix your shit. What are you doing? But I also I would have to say I really attribute a lot of that to the fact that I'm just fucking curious about everything. I want to
Yeah.
know. There's nothing that I'm really like against learning about from somebody. Um,
And that's good that you like go and look at all of the things that you're doing and interested in
yeah,
because you live and you learn. You took all of that, oh, that shit, quality sound and this and that, and you have a nice, I think for your small setup is very nice.
yeah, and because like the only
It's
thing
chill.
yeah, that's my
It's
other big thing is like,
relaxed.
this is just a chat. This is just a
Yeah.
conversation. I'm not here to interview you and get the hard hitting questions. That'll come eventually out of the podcast naturally, and it just feels better that way, you know?
Yeah.
But I think the biggest drawback for me is I'm not the most well spoken person in a sense. Like, I can keep a conversation going, but I don't use big words. I don't sound the smartest when I go. I also have ADHD and Tourette's, and I'm a bit autistic. So, like, I stutter a lot.
We have
I'll
a lot of the
repeat,
same problems.
yeah, I'll repeat myself a lot. I do a lot of that stuff, but I'm also not using big words. So it's just like,
Big words are never gonna happen out
yeah,
of
right?
this mouth over here, baby.
But it's nice because then it also, I feel like I'm just kind of like talking to every person that way.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, when people use big words around me, I feel so dumb. Like what?
I feel so bad if they use a word. I'm like, hold on, let me Google this.
I'll just ask them, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't mean to ever sound stupid or
See,
uneducated. I just
I
need to
don't
read
ever
some
think
more
someone
books.
sounds stupid if they don't know a word because I know some wild ass
Some people
words.
know some words that I've never heard before, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, woo. When I talk, and I told Ivy this in LA, and she's like, I never meant to make you feel like that, and I was just like, I don't. I didn't mean to make you feel like you made me feel like that. I'm sorry, but it's just me in my own head. When I talk to Ivy, she makes me feel so stupid. She is such an intelligent woman. I love her to death.
She's just mean to me for no reason, and I don't
I
get it.
love her to death. I think that's just she's a brat. What do you mean? Of course.
But
and if I'm a,
it's a different
and if you
level.
think I'm ever mean to you, it's probably just me being my bratty bitch self.
No, it's
Um
different. I'm not gonna talk about it on the podcast, but
I,
like,
I
she
love her.
knows.
She just I don't know the way she talks and how smooth and like controlled and just together
Yeah.
she seems. I love it.
But
And I'm like, damn, I need to read a couple more books in my life.
but I think we're getting pretty close to a solid wrapping up point. Unless you have any other just random things. Like I said, I'm an open book as well. If there's anything you want to know, I ask this so much because no one ever asks me questions, and I'm always like, I want to hear weird stuff about me that I have to answer. Because like also
What's the weirdest porn you have made
that I have made.
or want to make?
Um,
Both.
so I'm really into clown porn.
Okay.
I want to find a nice clown girl to do like a country western clown barrel racing video. Like I want to find like in all honesty, the coolest thing I could ever do is like I want to do a video where like I'm riding a real life bull at a rodeo and like whatever happens to that. I get bucked off and like I pretend to have an injury and then like they take me into the back and the clown girl's like, "Oh, let me solve it." And then they just start sucking my dick. They're like, "Let me blow some life into you," or something like that, you know? I want to do everything, like I said, everything for me is based around how funny can I make this? Because I want to be the funniest guy in porn. And so far,
Well,
I'm doing good.
I know somebody who does like to add comedy. She more so streams rather than make content. Her name is Alice Rivers. Shout out to Alice Rivers. She's just a big fucking joke, and she will literally tell that to you. I made her business cards, and literally it's Alice Rivers, professional potato, because that is her.
Yeah.
She loves just whatever comedy she can add into her shit, she does it.
So do you know who Andy Rose is?
I don't.
Okay. See, that's the thing. Is like I'll
Kind of
talk to
sounds
people.
familiar.
She's relatively new to. She's mainstream porn, but so we
I
did
don't watch a lot of mainstream
yeah, that's
porn
the other
or
thing.
know too many
Well, it's
people.
also weird. Like I'll talk to my friends who watch a lot of porn, but they don't know porn stars' names, and I'm like, you're no fun. What the fuck?
I don't watch a lot of porn.
But
I watch my own porn
yeah.
because I edit it.
But to get into what I was gonna say, I think I have a really good like comedic clip reel just from the one scene we did. So we did an hour-long fucking cream pie session, which one of the best things I've ever done in my life. I
It's a long
still,
time.
yeah, I'm good.
I'm
But
a quickie bitch.
she, I can do both. It really depends. I
Good to
have.
know.
My thing is, I have to know what you're looking for before we go into it, so I can like turn that switch on and off in my head. But
Always good.
she was like, "Oh, you can't be that funny or whatnot." I got her to snort off of my dick 3 times in that thing. Um, literally so bad.
Laughing
Yeah, and
wise,
it's all on video. It's all on my
cause you
ManyVids.
talking.
It's great. Yeah, we were because like I like to have conversations while I'm having sex. I'm not a dirty talker unless you have to have it. And I can try, but so this was midway through the video. She was riding my dick, and we were doing like a Western themed one, and she was riding my dick, and I was like, what if I just started singing Big and Rich, that one song, because she was doing Cowgirl, and she was
Save
like,
a horse, ride
she,
a cowboy.
yeah, well, yeah, I know the song, but she didn't know it off the top of her head, and I was like,
I know that.
well, here's the thing. She was like, I mean, can you? And then I immediately go word for word, tune for tune, singing the song like
I love it. I
perfectly.
used to love
I'll
that
pull up the
song.
video.
I'll have to watch that.
But
Absolutely.
it it was hilarious. Like she was like, "Oh my god," and like fucking just snorts, and I feel her like pussy tighten up, and she like shoots herself off me, and she's just like on the floor crying, laughing, and I'm like, "I told you." I was like, "Do I put this on my resume?" And then she like snorted more, because I know every Big and Rich song word for word, verbatim to
I heard
heart.
you listening to country music.
Well, I listen to a lot more folk, bluegrass, Tyler Childers, Colter Wall type stuff now, which is a new addition since I graduated. But growing up, my mom wouldn't let me watch TV to go to bed. But growing up, I had to have something on to go to bed because I have ADHD and I couldn't fall asleep to silence. It was terrifying.
It is. It's horrible.
Now I can. But I used to have to listen to this thing called Spirit Flute, which was dog shit. It was just this flute in like a very melodic way, and I hated it. But then eventually she let me start listening. So we had the Big and Rich CD, so I would listen to that to go to bed. So like I know Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. I know all of their songs verbatim because I would just go to bed to it. And I also I love their music. Like it's like party country, but like
Yeah.
not in a douchey way.
I know what you mean.
But then they also get into like gospel country, and I'm like, what? Where's this coming from? You just sang a song about saving a horse and riding my face. Why are we talking about what it feels like to die and go to heaven? See how the accent comes out now that I'm talking about it? It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
God damn it, we gotta get off of this. We gotta get off this topic because I'll talk about this for another fucking hour. But yeah, so final thoughts. The way I like to end this podcast is if you could think of something, I would love for you to give our listeners either a thing to think about, just a good word of advice, or just something nice to say. And then plug yourself, of course.
All right. Well, similar to a tweet that I just tweeted on Twitter, just pretty much whatever you do speak into the universe will come back to you. So be careful of what you speak. And yeah, I'm Kat. It's time to feed my cats.
Perfect timing.
It's 3 o'clock. Time to feed my kitties. I have 5 cats. They're so cute. If you ever want to see them, you can join my Discord. You can find all that information on all my links. All my social media is MakeKatPurrrr. And yeah, I've had a great time. I like Taffy. He's cool.
He's cool. All right, yeah. So that was another episode of Twisting It with Taffy. This was a really fun one, super chill. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you stuck around this long, I hope you get whatever you want. Suck, because I love you. Make sure to listen to other podcasts and tell your friends about me, because that's just the best way to grow. And with that, I bid you adieu.